collar tie, he's gonna be able to whip it around, he's gonna be able to arm drag it, he's gonna be able to go under. A lot of stuff for him if you're having a lazy collar tie here. Nice strong collar tie. Inside head position, we're gonna be inside, hand on the bicep. We're going to be doing like a little quarter step out, and basically pulling his head to here is where we want ending. That's where we're looking to go, so that we can come on top with a little chin strap grip right here. Okay? So we're gonna be here, let's grip here, take a little step, pull it down, just go into here. We're just gonna do that for now. So I want everyone to be really good with that collar tie. Should be a nice strong collar tie. Like, I don't know if you can hear that, like literally when you're doing your collar tie, it's almost gonna feel like you're kind of like slapping the back of his head. And it's gonna suck sometimes. Wear your mouth guard if you have one, just even when you're drilling all this stuff, because accidents happen and NoGi is slippery, it's just kind of the way it goes. So you're here, nice grip like that, on the bicep. We're gonna be taking a nice quarter step back as we switch to the chin strap. So I don't know if everyone can see that. We want a nice grip on his like chin right here. You want to have the hand wrapped around, tucked into like your underarm. You don't want to be loose like this out here. You don't want to be like way past you in deep. Like we're not going for the guillotine or anything like that yet. But a nice tight chin strap like that. And we're just gonna get you here for that. Okay? We want to make sure that we are inside the arm. We're inside with our grip, we're inside his head, and we're inside with the bicep grip. We're not out here trying to grab at the tricep. Everything is inside because it just makes the transition a lot smoother. We're not trying to go over his arm when we go to our chin strap. So nice inside grip here, same thing. Boom, with the chin strap. You can even do it without switching your feet. Switching your feet is just like, if you're doing on something live, you're not going to just pull them across. That's why we do the step, because you have to really force the momentum into it. Okay? So here, step, like that. Our other arm is going to come behind. We're just going to grab some of the turn. Nice, like, you can grab like the bicep here, it doesn't really matter, but we want a nice grip here, something like meaty basically is what you're looking for, because you want to be able to use that to apply pressure to drop. So once we get chin strap, we get here, we're going to drop one knee down, bring him down to a turtle position. We have that chin strap, and now we're going to transition it into a like no arm guillotine. So this hand is going to come slicing through on the neck. You're going to get the grip on your own hand. I like the grip like that, nice tight grip like that. You basically have like a nice V here, and it's like one arm basically doing all the choking, and this one here is just holding it tight. Okay, it's like a high arm guillotine, high elbow guillotine, sorry. So here, in nice and tight. This foot is gonna almost like baseball slide into him. So you're gonna be here, and I'm gonna loosen up the grip so I'm not choking him the whole time. But you're gonna be sliding in onto his arm. You're gonna have like your foot out here, kind of stopping you from moving there, like not moving this way. You have your grip nice and tight. This free foot is coming over as far as you can over his back. So you're like that, nice grip like that. Chin strap. So we're here, get a nice grip, dropping your foot. Make sure you're dropping the foot that's closest to him, because you want to have a nice wide base when you drop him. Just in case he tries to scramble, tries to do like a sit out, like we want to be able to really like apply weight to him so he can't get out of there. So we're here, nice grip. This transitions from the chin, under the neck, all the way through. It's almost like a front choke, if anyone's seen those before in like knee or anything like that. So you're coming all the way through, nice grip, high elbow. So then you're sliding this knee in first, and then this foot's coming over the back. So you're here, sliding in, and then over. Chin strap, everything is the same so far. Get your nice grip, dropping, but he knows that you want that guillotine. He's watched you before, he knows you have crazy high arm guillotine, like he's not gonna let that happen. He's doing a good job tucking his chin, doing a good job keeping his arm there. So we're gonna be transitioning to that. Just go all the way, like all fours. Yeah. So he's just doing a good job. You can just bring your hand up and defend. Perfect. So he's doing a good job defending here. So we're not gonna be going after that because it just doesn't make sense. He knows we're onto it. So we're just gonna be switching to the back. We're gonna be basically doing like a long step to the back. So this foot's gonna come out, stepping. We're switching this hand all the way across the head and turning on their back. So we're here. Nice little long step to the back and come down beside him. You just go to here for now, just turn. Good. So you just want to go knee to knee, parallel, this foot out nice and wide. Grip in here, just around. Like, don't go too deep if you don't have the wrist. Just kind of get a nice like hook on the hip so you can't turn away. Step all the way, you can exaggerate that step. The further back is perfectly fine, but making sure that this knee, make sure this knee is lined up with his knee. So you're having this to block. So you can't just roll back into a guard This is blocking one side, this is blocking the other side. You should feel like a little bit of pressure on him. You're not like squeezing the life out of him or anything like that, but you're just like floating with them for now. Just get to here, and then we'll add on from there, okay? So we're here. So the hand that was, so I'm just making sure it's like very clear. So the hand that was on like the arm, like when you drag them down, that's the hand that's going across the body, okay? So we're here. So this stays on the chin until you're basically ready to go. So that he can't like move. Even if he's trying to fight it off, it keeps him in position because he's gonna go where his head is. So here, switching right to the back, okay? And then we bring our knee down, foot out, nice wide stance. Okay, perfect. So as I was saying, when your knee in knee position, lined up with their knee is good, a little behind them is good, ahead is bad. Because we don't want them to be able to like get this leg. We wanna have like a nice grip, like we're back here, good base, kind of like push him around, we can follow where he goes. We're not overcommitted one direction or the other. So from here, we're gonna go to the far side wrist. Nice grip like that. It's gonna feel like you're a little overextended depending on how big you are, how big your opponent is. That's okay, we're not gonna be here for long. That's the key thing with this. So far side wrist, we're gonna take this foot that's out here, and we're gonna tuck it into this space. If there's no space right away, that's okay. What we're gonna do before we tuck that foot in is we're gonna push them forward, and the knee that's now back here is gonna just cut across his ankle. Nice staple. You don't have to drop it to the floor. Floating is okay for this because we're not gonna be spending a lot of time here, and it makes it easier for us to follow him, okay? So, wrist, staple. This foot's now coming through, okay? And then we're gonna end it after that because there's another step, but it's a lot of steps at once. So, wrist, staple here, nice and tight. This foot is gonna come in, okay? Just get to here for now. You have your wrist, you have your one hook in. Just have it nice and tight here for now, and then we'll go from there, okay? Just focus on this. You don't have to start from the beginning. I want to get this down nice and tight. This is a little bit more intricate, okay? So, we're in the long step. We're gonna go far side wrist. You're gripping the wrist, and you're turning your arm in, basically. So, it's like this motion, to get like a lot of pressure, yeah, exactly. Like you're like, you know, angry cat or something, I don't know. So we're here, get that grip, bring it in like that, nice tight grip here. We're not overextending with that. We're not trying to like reach all the way to his hand and like really like flex. We're not trying to wrist lock him or anything like that. It's just a control position to make it so that his options in terms of where he can go are limited. If we have this wrist, there's only so many ways he can roll now because we're taking away that option. You have a nice stance. You're gonna think like, you fight someone like bigger than you or stronger than you, oh, like maybe I can't get that wrist. We're not trying to like break this wrist and like bring it all the way over, like out-muscle the person. We just want to be floating on that wrist, a nice grip like that, and everything is tight to his body, but we're not over-committed trying to like really like force that grip. So even someone like, you know, my size are bigger, that's fine. Get the wrist, here. I'm gonna push him a little bit forward, just a little bit, so that I can come in here with that staple. Okay? Does that make sense, everyone? Just get to the wrist, get to the staple, and we'll go from there. So another reason we want to have like a nice loose staple. We're not like dying, like trying to get our knee down and like forcing like a really heavy staple on him for this, is we're gonna replace this position with this foot. So we're here, this is gonna come all the way through. So you can like base it if you need to, it's totally okay. And you're gonna bring this foot in through the leg. I don't know if you guys can see that. You may have like come up and get close to see like exactly how, basically to the same position. High position on his calf, okay? It's gonna look weird when I'm sitting back like this because it's obviously not a perfect angle for it, but this is what we're looking for. We wanna get this in, through, and weaving. And if you're flexible enough and you get used to this, like you'll be able to keep your staple until that foot is through. That would be ideal if you can do it. Obviously, everyone's body type is different, everyone's flexibility is different. If you can't do it, don't feel bad. So you have the wrist, you have this foot through like this. And if that side is locked down like that, once we have that half Nelson, they're just falling to the back. It makes it just so much easier for you. Like a lot less work, you're not trying to climb on top of them. I had a coach once that like said basically, if you're trying to climb onto someone's back, you're doing it wrong. Like you should be bringing them into the space so that you can attack their back from you being in a good position. Like if you're here and you're coming in with this hook and you're trying to climb all the way over to the back like that, a lot of the time, all that's gonna happen is you're gonna get like halfway to the back and then you're gonna fall off and they're gonna be a north-south on you. and you wasted a lot of energy, because that's not like an easy thing to do. Like that's exhausting. Like don't waste energy. So bring that foot in to the weave. Like you can even just take your time, exaggerate that weave for now. Step that foot in nice and tight to that weave. Like even just from here, he can feel like his leg's not going anywhere. So get a nice like leg weave in here. So it goes back down. So our wrist grip is only there holding so that we can have a nice grip here. This one's coming atop. So forearm basically to the back of his head. Gable grip here. And then we're just flopping to our side. Our elbows going to the floor. A little bit of pressure. I'm not like cranking your neck or anything like that. Just a little bit of pressure. This hook comes up. This arm comes around. A lot of the times, if you do this properly with this nice like half Nelson here, the rear naked choke will be like wide open because he's so stretched out, because you have the staple still the whole time. Like my foot is still weaved in here even when I'm on its back, which is forcing him this way. And at the same time, I have the half Nelson bringing him back this way. So his whole body is being stretched out. So that when you do let go of that half Nelson, you come across. It should be pretty wide open for the choke there. If you can get it, get it. Obviously, we're not cranking the choke or anything like that. Start from the beginning, inside grip, nice grip. Shooting them across, chin strap, behind the arm, dropping him down. If he lets you, kind of like let your partner do it sometimes, and then sometimes kind of defend the guillotine, go back and forth so they have to see both. So he's gonna let me do it here. I get a nice tight grip. I'm sitting into his arm, over the head right away. Nice tight choke, okay? Get that. He defends. Here, switching to the back. We're gonna get our wrist grip on the far side. We're gonna push him forward. Get that staple. This foot's gonna come in. It's my bad side, it's okay. Still get the weave. Switching, pulling him across. Hook, go back. Take it nice and slow. Work through all the steps. If you need help, just ask. But I just want to see the whole sequence together, okay?